So, you know, because we've come to the end of that long time of being in our houses, it's quite a good time to reflect back on all the amazing things that have come out of people's garages. And I was lucky enough to interview one of those people this week. So I'm joined now by Kimberly Cousins. How are you, Kimberly?
Hi, Emma. I'm great, thank you. You?
I'm good. Now, I'm coming from the corner of my kitchen office space. You're coming from your home dance studio.
Yeah, set up in my garage. It's my my little dance cave that I was originally calling it, which I just set up pretty much on the first day of lockdown, when we went into lockdown and suddenly didn't have access to the dance studios that I teach at. Had to very quickly kind of come up with a plan B. So thanks to my lovely husband, he let me have a whole quarter of the garage, and we had a whole lot of foam tiles already here, thankfully. So we pieced them together like a jigsaw in the corner. We found a stick to put up as a bar and some old brackets, put them against the wall, and voila, my dance studio was created.
Fantastic. So tell us a little bit about how you fit into the arts landscape.
Right. Well, so I've danced all my life, and in my adult years I started musical theatre. That kind of became my performance outlet after all my kind of, you know, technical years of doing ballet exams and competitions had stopped. And because from that point then there's not really many opportunities to get on stage and dance as an adult. So musical theatre opened up that world to me, which was very scary because as a dancer I'd never really used my voice. So to having to start singing as well was pretty terrifying. But safety in numbers is what I say. Singing. It's just the initial audition, which is so scary. So then performing in musical theatres then kind of led me to choreographing and shows as well. So I've choreographed quite a few shows around Auckland at all different societies, at Harlequin, North Shore, AMT Playhouse. And I've also always kind of dabbled in the dance teaching world as well, but in the last few years that has kind of escalated and now kind of become more of a serious profession for me in my part-time job. So now I teach at 2 dance studios. I teach at Jay's Dance in East Auckland, and I teach at Dance for Life Academy in Onehunga that kind of specialise in adult dance. So I teach from like age 8 to ladies in their 80s, which I absolutely love.
And are there many, is there a lot of interest in older people wanting to dance?
Yeah, absolutely. It's huge. Actually, in the last couple of years, there's kind of been a bit of a revolution in the ballet world for adults learning to dance, and senior ballet kind of over 50s has really taken off. So I have like at least 12 ladies in my class normally that I teach that are all over 50, and, you know, most of them are in their 70s. Some of them danced as a child, but or others had always wanted the opportunity and had never had it. So they've finally, you know, their children have left home and they've finally got the time and the space to kind of do something for themselves. So it's amazing, and it's really, really therapeutic as well for older people, like the stories and the history that they have and the struggles they've been through in their lives. You know, sometimes those stories come out when you're standing at the bar and they tell you something really personal that they've been through. You know, and so dance is now their place and their healing environment and a safe place that they can come to. So it's a real privilege for me to be able to share that with them. And yeah.
And I suppose as well, not only from a mental therapeutic and healing place, but it must also be really good for their bodies.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's great for their balance and their coordination. It is being promoted, as a safe activity for older people. So, they have, I've had ladies that have had joint surgery in their shoulders and their hips and knees and things, and they've been amazed how much stronger they've become by doing their ballet classes and the kind of increased mobility and strength. So, yeah, definitely huge advantages.
Great. So tell us, you've been quite visual on social media over this time of lockdown as well.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting transition to the online world. Like initially it kind of seemed quite scary putting yourself in front of the camera, but once I created my dance cave, it's kind of changed my perspective on things. You know, when you put yourself in the front of the camera, so obviously for the studios I teach, I needed to suddenly start producing online content. So we've done a mixture of pre-recorded videos and tutorials as well as live Zoom classes. So even my own 50s, I've been doing live classes with them, which has been really cool, and the little kids at Jay's. But it's also just created my own kind of space to explore my own dance and reconnect myself with dance, because I haven't been dancing as much lately. Like I had a knee surgery last year and I'd kind of lost a bit of my own strength, so it's given me the opportunity to just explore. So I started doing like a daily dance just on my Instagram and Facebook, just kind of spontaneously random. You know, I wasn't supposed to be a tutorial for anyone, just kind of me expressing my own little dance in my own space. And I also entered the Mum Moves 7 Sharp competition. So my husband and my son helped me film a video at home. So, and that got aired on the program and the highlights. So that was quite exciting to see myself on TV, even though I was in my nightie. And it's also just given me a chance to kind of think about my own personal brand, because obviously I contract to dance studios, but I'm kind of a teacher and a brand in my own right. So I also do admin, like for Dance for Life Academy, I do their booking and marketing as well. So, I just had been thinking about kind of creating my own brand, not that I want to run my own dance studio, because that's a pretty huge undertaking. I'm quite happy letting other people run their studios and teaching for them, but just for my own kind of brand, really, I've been thinking of a name, and this whole lockdown, once I came into my dance cave, so I've been thinking of French words that like ballet terms. And so I finally decided on échappé, which translates as escape. So it's a dance move where like your two legs escape from each other and back in. So because escape just seemed really relevant with the lockdown. We're all trying to create our own little private spaces. So I've called it échappé, escape to dance, because for me, coming into my little cave in the garage was me escaping to my safe place, my dance space. So that's how that evolved. And then that also, having this space has also given me a chance to create something I've been working on for a while with one of the things that I teach and I'm qualified to teach is called Progressing Ballet Technique, which is PBT for short, which uses the Swiss balls and different equipments to help you enhance your dance technique. And I had created a whole lot of little visual cards for my own teaching purpose using stick figures and pictures of the Swiss balls and how you use them, like the visual cues. And online in a dance group that I'm part of, people had kind of expressed an interest in buying them off me like about a year ago, and I kind of thought, they're not really ready or good enough, and I'm not sure about that. Anyway, right when we went into lockdown, somehow or other the old post got resurrected in the group, and people again started saying, I want to buy these. So 2 Sundays ago, I spent the whole day on the couch in my dressing gown at the computer, editing these cards, putting my new logo on them, tweaking them. I got approval from the PBT kind of founder to actually sell these, using, because they're her exercises, but they're my interpretation of them and my visuals. And I created a website with my chape, and I released these cards for sale in digital format. The next day, I sold 100 in a day. So I spent the whole day emailing these out, orders coming in on PayPal, and I've sold almost another 100 just in the week. So every morning I wake up to a couple more orders. So I've created my own kind of little sideline income there. And then I've just done another version in French, and I'm hoping I might do a Spanish edition as well, because there's a lot of Spanish people that do it around the world. And so these have been sold, all over America, England, France, Europe. Yeah, so that's been a really exciting thing as well. So lockdown has been quite good for me.
I think a lot of arts practitioners have found that lockdown has opened up a space to think and create.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And the other thing is the opportunities that it's given me, like with dance and just connecting with people around the world. So on Anzac morning, when other people were getting up really early for the dawn parade, I got up at 5 a.m. and came into my cold garage to dial into a Zoom class with a PBT director in America who was offering a free class, which I would never have had that opportunity to do that in normal circumstances. So, and that was just an incredible experience to be able to learn from, someone with such a great reputation. And I've done that a few times. I did another class with a lady who was in France, and I've done a class with an Australian guy. I've been in another IDT jazz syllabus conference that had 200 people in it. So just these online opportunities in the dance world have been amazing.
Fantastic.
And I hope they continue.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you, Kimberly, for giving us some of your time. Now, how can people find you? You've mentioned a website, so shameless plug time. Tell us your social media platforms and how to find you.
Okay, yes. So Instagram, I'm a chape2 dance, so that's the number 2. So a chape is ECHAPPE, E. A chape2 dance is my Instagram, and that's probably the easiest way because that's got the link to my website, which is a bit of a longer name because it's a free Wix site, so it's it's a bit more complex. So through there, and also, a bit of a plug for the dance studios, the Dance for Life Academy and Jay's Dance, so all opening next week, and it'd be good for people to really support them. All the dance schools have suffered quite a lot in lockdown with some drop in numbers and, loss of income, so if people can, get back and start supporting their local studios, that would be awesome.
Fantastic. Well, we wish you the best going forward with your new sideline and getting back into classes, and we look forward to following you in the future.
Thanks, Emma.